This is Kiki Hamann, and thank you for being with me as I'm going to present and talk a little bit about this first contest of my fabrics. So the first thing that I like to tell is how I came up with the fabrics themselves. As you probably know, not only I am a fashion designer, but I've been an illustrator all my life, and I thought it'd be really nice and neat to combine the two passions. If I could design the fabrics that I could work with, it would be an amazing thing to do. And then I thought a little bit more, and thought, well, perhaps if I could see how others would interpret my art, that would be even better. So this is how the idea for the contest came about. So the first thing that I like to point out is that this is what the contest is about. The contest is about my fabric and how it is featured by each designer. So the first consideration when you look at the dresses is please think about it, is the Kiki Hamann fabric the star of the dress? Because this is what the contest is about. Then the second thing that we're going to look at is originality. How original is the piece being presented? Is this a one-of-a-kind dress? Is it a first-timer? Is it something unique? Does it strike you as something amazing? So we're going to judge creativity and originality. And then we're going to also look at color schemes. So since this is about illustration and fabrics with prints, so we're going to pay attention to the choice of fabrics used to match and coordinate with the fabrics that I made. So what is the color scheme like? Are the ribbons matching the dress, or is it a striking different color but it all comes out together? So the color scheme is very important when balancing out the design. We're also going to talk about the choice of embellishments. Does a dress have bows, or maybe pins, or buttons, or brooches? So let's look on how the designer chose to embellish the dress. At finishings, is the dress sewn? Is it glued? Does it include snaps or Velcro? So all elements that make this a wearable piece of art. And we're going to begin now. It's going to be very hard for me not to mention the names of the designers because I am, very enthusiastic about each dress, but I chose not to because I don't want to influence any of you in any way. So I'm just going to refer to the dresses by numbers, and the first one is coming up. So let's look at this dress, or shall I call it a gown, because it's a long piece. Okay. So this is a gown, beautiful gown, and it's featuring my doxy fabric with little dachshunds everywhere. And it is a two-skirt, double-layered dress. So when you go to look, there's a lot of fabric in this dress, a lot of Kiki fabric, and the designer chose to use the fabric all over. There's fabric in the bodice and fabric on the double-layered skirt. The designer picked the yellow to enhance in the details for the color scheme. So it is all embellished in black and yellow. It has, okay, let me see if I can show the edge. Can you show the edge? Okay, the entire dress is edged in a yellow pleats and also with black rickrack. Okay, there is a side bow which is very creative and unique, pinned to the skirt with a mini brooch in the middle. The dress features two oversized bows, and each one has a brooch, a pearl brooch that has been pinned to the dress. I'm going to flip it around and show you the neckline. And the neckline also has a bow. And as you can see, it is Velcro fastened. Please notice the coordinating fabric that makes the lining of the dress. There are no seams. Okay. Everything is tucked in. Long dress, some weight. Let's look at another gown featuring the Maltese pattern. So this is gown number 2, very lightweight, is all made from tulle. The Kiki Hamann fabric makes the bodice of the dress. There is a little pearl that has been glued to the little bowl on the design. And the skirt is a double layer skirt. It has a pink top and then has a yellow bottom, so when it comes together it kind of has hints of orange. There's plumes everywhere, and look at the details. There's a mini bow on each plume with a little pearl. Super lightweight dress. I don't see a D-ring on this one. The first one we looked at had a D-ring, but it is a gown, not a walking dress. I'm going to turn it around to show you the inside. And it's also a Velcro snapped neck with a little flower on the neck. Okay, the designer sent me a hairpiece that goes with this gown. And let me look at it now. It's very lightweight, and it goes beautiful with the dress. Okay, the designer also sent me a contest about a dress. So although it is very cute, it's not being judged. The contest required a dress or a gown. So here it is, folks. I'm going to put it down, and let's talk about dress number 3. Okay, and here we are. Dress number 3 has a lot of details, so I hope that you're able to see this in video. It is made with our party Yorkie fabric, or the beaver fabric. And it has been elaborated in so many ways. So let's start describing it. The first thing is that the whole fabric has been enhanced with crystals and stones. So you see a little dog bow got placed on the fabric, and little crystals making collars and necklaces everywhere. So every little dog head has been embellished on the fabric itself. Then if you look at the skirt, it is edged and laced at the very bottom. So the whole entire skirt has beautiful scalloping edged. It is also lined, and even the lining has crystals. Are they able to see this? Are you getting that? Okay. And then there is an underskirt that it is wired, and yet one more skirt with a frayed edge. So the wire suppose will lift the skirt and hold it in place. Okay. A very interesting overskirt on the side, also crowned with little diamonds, little crystals. And the first time ever that I see a stuffed bow. So the bow is done in organza, and then inside there is the Kiki fabric, and it is stuffed with soft cotton. It has lace on the edges. The bodice of the dress is all done in ribbon and flower fabrics. And something very unique in this dress, I want you to see the cut. Please pay attention. This is very different. It has a cut just like you see on a woman's dress. Another one here. And also a scalloped neck. You see my fingers coming through? It's poked. So the same way that you see my fingers here, you will see the fur of the dog that gets to wear it. Many details. Crystals, pearls, lace edging. And I'm going to flip the dress around. And you can see that it has been lined in the same fabric, and the skirt in hot pink complementary fabric. This one I'm not going to open the dress for you guys to see because it has a label with the designer's name. What I can do the top, and it's a snap. It's not Velcro. Okay, so this was dress number 3, and we're gonna move on to dress number 4. Dress number 4 is composed of several pieces. Okay, and I'm gonna begin by teasing you and showing the first piece, which is a paw cuff. So here you see it has 2 paw cuffs, and then the second part of the dress is the dress itself. It is done with my tea tie motif fabric. And again, the fabric is all over the dress, on the top and on the bottom. It is trimmed with orange colored and ochre colored flowerets, and it has hanging beads. The dress has an interesting piece on the front, and the necklace gets to drape around like so. And then this belt actually is a front piece. So please take a look at the front piece. It has trimmings all over it. This stays in the belly of the dog, and then the belt fastens on the top of the dress. To go with the dress, the designer sent us a beautiful cape. So here we are. It's all gathered by hand, and I'm going to turn it around so that you can see all the beading that has been done. The fabric again is also accented by gemstones and crystals on every single gathering. Can you show that, Alex? So the cape goes on top of the dress. You will see it on the pictures later as I show it on the dog. To go along, now we have a dress, a cape, and cuffs. I also received a hat to be used with this piece. It is very cute but extremely heavy, so I was not able to feature the hat on my dogs because none of them could carry the weight. It's a china cup. It's a true china cup, so it does weigh quite a bit, but it is a very cute look. And we also received little ribbons, so you see that on my dog when you see it pictured. Okay, and moving on to another dress. Dress number 5 is another Maltese dress. Again, the fabric is used on the top and the bottom of the dress. And it is a ruffled, very feminine skirt. So in between the fabric ruffles, there are ruffles of lace, and it has been sewn and beaded with pink, beautiful beads all around. The same beading was used to do the center of the oversized bow, and a hot pink bow was used as a belt. The neck is also trimmed in beads all over. And it is a Velcro snap. And this one is a long hair chihuahua. I was glad to see this fabric being featured. Please, I want you to look at certain details in this dress which make it unique. And one of them is the use of formal pleats as opposed to ruffling of the skirt. So the skirt has been pleated. A beautiful bow that is all embellished by blue pearls makes the center of this dress. And the top portion, I hope that my camera picks up the details, is very, very interesting. Flowers were created from the same fabric. Their middle are all done in little pearls that match the color scheme. And in between the flowers, there's blue tulle everywhere. So it's a very full and luxury dress. Let's look at the side of the dress. And then also flowers were applied to the neck. The dress an underskirt of tulle, and I'm going to flip it one more time so that you can look at this beautiful dress and beautiful pattern. Okay, one more dress coming up, and it's a Yorkie pattern dress. And here we go. All these dresses are so unique. I am so pleased to be looking at these pieces. So this is from my Yorkie design. So the top of the dress is made with a Kiki fabric. And then there is a belt also made with a Kiki fabric. Lace was applied to the belt, and they're beautiful gemstones. The dress is all trimmed in lace. Beautiful white ruffle skirt. You want to see the dresses, baby? And please notice the side of the dress. All the details in the side. All the ruffling and the pleating. Beautifully done. And the full ruffled skirt. And again, it's the Velcro snap, but I can't show you the designer's name, so I'm going to show you the Velcro at the bottom of the dress. So, Yorkie dress it is. Okay, one more dress. Let's carry on. Another Yorkie pattern, a different one. So let's look at this dress with a lot of details. First of all, an overall look. And I don't know if the video is very clear, but let's look. There's a lot of details to look at. The first that I want to point out is the cut on the side. It's the side cuts. Sorry for the barking. My kids are here with me, of course, and they're fighting over the dresses. Maddie, stop it. So, I don't know if you can see that, but the cut is right over the motif, right over the Yorkie, and it's a perfect fit. It falls right on top of it. And you'll be able to see that better when I have it on a mannequin standing up. So, it's like an envelope shape, and closing it, a beautiful brooch. Two side bows old-fashioned style with velour ribbon. All the Yorkies in the patterns have received little crystals in their heads. And we're going to look at another over-layered skirt. So this one has little blue flowers, rosettes. And then there is a second layer, which is an organza layer with embroidery. And yet one more layer, which is a satin layer with more flowers. So it's a triple layered skirt. Ribbon belt with the crystals, the envelope shape closing on the front with a brooch. Beautiful rosettes make the neckline. And now something very interesting about this dress is that it came with complementary neck pieces. So I want you to see this on the video. The neck pieces can be removed. The neck pieces can be removed and interchanged. So this was the look number 1. There are 3 or 4 different looks. Velcro necklaces, very interesting concept. And then look number 2. You see how it snaps with Velcro? And the last one, not necklaces, but just 2 feather accents, if you prefer not to wear the necklace pieces. So it's a mix and match neckline. One more dress. We're going to have another Yorkie dress, and I suppose that we have a lot of Yorkie lovers in our group. And very original idea. This is a sweater top with a fabric skirt. I just love the hand knitting with the cables. This is fine knitting, folks. I don't know if the camera can show the details, but this is not plain knitting. This is all cabled, and it is beautiful. And the perfect color as well. Now the Yorkie on top is stuffed, like quilted, and it feels wonderful. A little crystal has been added to the little Yorkie. And then we have a satin belt with crystal buckles. And an underskirt done in the silk fabric. It is the Yorkie silk fabric and tulle underneath. There's gemstones on the neckline, and I'm going to turn it around. Another beautiful knitting. Different stitch, just as beautiful with the flowerets. Very original dress. Okay, and our final dress it's a gown, and it has a Native American look to it. Okay, so lots of elements and lots of things is going on this dress. Can you get the whole gown? The feature fabric makes the bodice of the dress, and it is again the Chihuahua fabric. It is all quilted and rickrack. It has been embellished with suede, and each little fringe has been riveted back with blue rivets. Little gemstones go all around this dress. Please notice the puffy sleeves with the fringe Indian style, Native American. Okay, and there's a fleur-de-lis. On the front of the dress. And then let's look at the bottom, the skirt. I had to comb it and brush it first. And it has all these details, the handles that are folded over. And each one has been sewed with gemstones. So again, this is a gown. It has front closure. So it dresses the front of the dog as much as it does on the back. And it is all lined and blue. It's also on the heavy side. Not a walking dress, this is a gown. And that makes all of the dresses. So you see we're going to have a hard time making our decisions. Look, my pile was coming up here. I'm still going to take some photographs. And it was a pleasure doing this contest, and it was wonderful having you guys over to help me decide which one gets the Kiki bag. Thank you, designers. Thank you, jurors. I'm totally in love with the creations. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.